You feel that pressure in your chest, right before tip-off. It's not adrenaline, it's a lie, because right now, 92% of bettors think this game's going over. They see the percentages, the stars, the shooters, they smell points before the first whistle. And Vegas doesn't move. 224.5. Same total, same bait. You ever see a spider change its web once the fly shows up? No, because the trap was already set. Milwaukee can score, top 5 in true shooting, top tier from deep. Indiana, fast, aggressive, efficient. But both teams rank bottom 3 in offensive rebounds. You know what that means. No second chances. You miss, possession's over. Now layer in the weight. Game 1. First round. Pace slows. Rotations shorten. The game doesn't open, it contracts. And even if Giannis and Haliburton suit up, are they in rhythm? Or just shadows of what they were 2 weeks ago? This won't be a shootout. This'll be a half-court chokehold. Possession by possession. Clock bleeds. Offense hesitates. Coaches scream for order while the crowd chants for chaos. But chaos doesn't win in April. Control does. And if you think Vegas doesn't know that, you're already playing the game. And today's AI pick is under 224.5. Because sometimes the loudest thing in the arena is the shot that never goes up. Now stay sharp. The next game's colder, faster, darker. The Clippers are walking into Denver. Elvis blinked. Malachi's already grinning. Let them speak.
Ah, you saw it too. They hung Denver 2.5 and called it confidence. But that ain't confidence, is it? That's a setup. Look at it, Elvis. Jokic, home court. The MVP aura still thick in the air. They score more. They shoot better. They move the ball like they're conducting symphonies. So why not 4.5, 5? Because the house remembers something the public doesn't. Denver is 2-12 ATS in their last 14 at home. Not 2-5, 2-12. They win, but they don't cover. And now here comes the Clippers. 8 wins in a row. 7-1 ATS on the road. Harden running the show like he's seen the ending already. Not flashy, not desperate, just cruel and patient. And what does the public remember? That blowout. 126-103. Denver dropped them in January like a bad secret. But that was a different team. That was a different moment. Now it's April. Now it's quiet. Now the Clippers are playing chess with tempo and fire from deep. Top 10 in three-point percentage, top 10 in defense, and you and I both know, Denver leaks on the perimeter. This isn't about who scores more. It's about who controls the space between buckets. And when Harden slows it down, Jokic doesn't run. He watches. Let the world bet the last score they remember. Let them fall for symmetry. 50-32 versus 50-32. Denver at home, Jokic, easy choice, right? And today's AI pick is Clippers plus 2.5. Because when Vegas lays out the bait this clean, you blink, I burn it. Clyde, Bonnie, try not to kill each other before the pick drops.
Oh, for Clyde, you know what I hate more than losing? You, sitting there with that smug look on your face like nothing touches you. You remember that night in Shoreditch? The board game bar. The burgers were cold. We played Monopoly Deal and I was up 3 rounds. I made one joke, just one, and you looked at me like I'd kicked your nan. Didn't say a word. Just tossed your cards and sipped your flat ale like you were above it. That's the Knicks right now, favored by 7.5, all dressed up in playoff swagger, Brunson back, crowd roaring like it's sorted before the tip. But Detroit, they've got bite.
You do realize that was 3 years ago? And I didn't fold because I was upset. I folded because the game was beneath us. Same as this line, 7.5 in a playoff opener with both rosters limping and everyone pretending it's a walkover? That's not confidence, that's illusion.
5 covers in their last 7 against New York. Fastest pace they've had in years. And even if Cade's hobbling and half the bench is taped together, they'll still bring more fire than the Knicks expect. This team doesn't win clean, they scrap. And Clyde, I know you hate mess. But sometimes mess is what covers the line.
New York structured, polished, top 5 offense, efficient, disciplined, but this number, 7.5, it's not built on discipline. It's built on assumption. Detroit plays forward, fast, they force mistakes, stretch the floor, test your rotation depth. And the Knicks, they don't blow teams out. They wear them down. That wins games, but it doesn't cover spreads. You want to win by 8 when half your starters are banged up and the pace is against you? You'd better be perfect. And this Knicks team? They're not. And today's AI pick is Detroit plus 7.5. Because the quietest man at the table still knows exactly when to raise the stakes. Bonnie folds. I count the chips. Kay, you're on. Tell us what the arms say.
They built statues here. Banners. Stories. Legends in gold woven into the rafters. But stories don't play defense. And tonight, the crowd won't save them. The Lakers are favored by 4.5 LeBron. Playoffs. Of course they are. But favorites aren't forged in public opinion. They're exposed by it. Minnesota comes in colder. Sharper. 8 wins in their last 9. Wolves not flashing teeth, but tearing silently. Anthony Edwards is no longer potential. He's control. 27 points per game, and every one of them carved into the defense like a whisper that got too loud. Minnesota's metrics don't scream. They don't need to. They defend. 6th in the league. They shoot. 4th in three-point accuracy. They travel. 8-2 on the road. They execute. Their recent form is noise. Big wins. Bigger losses. One night they drop 140, the next they lose to Portland by 28. And the injury report reads like a prayer list. LeBron. Reeves. Rui. Vincent. Even Luka listed for reasons that smell like desperation or distraction. I don't believe in moments. I believe in margins. But even I can hear the echo when they cheer for ghosts. Minnesota ranks higher in offensive rating. Higher in defensive rating. Higher in every statistic that matters when the game slows down and the lights get heavy. And yet the line says Lakers 4.5 because the house still believes in legends. Because the bettors still chase jerseys. Because when history walks on court, people forget how to see the present. Let them. Let them bet on banners and memory. We'll bet on systems. On numbers. On what's actually happening, not what used to happen. And today's AI pick is Minnesota 4.5. By the time the noise dies down, the number's gone. And if they still choose banners, let them drown in gold. Lilith. You have the floor.
The problem with men is they think memory is truth. They remember banners. They forget bruises. They remember names. They forget numbers. But the lion doesn't care about legacy. It only remembers what you forgot. Tonight you were given 5. Not to worship. Not to blindly follow. But to survive. So hear them. One more time. Game 1 under 224.5 in Bucks vs Pacers. Because the crowd screamed over and Vegas didn't move. When the line doesn't shift, the trap is already laid. Game 2 Clippers 2.5 because Denver sells altitude, but altitude doesn't cover spreads. Elvis blinked. Malachi burned the bait down. Game 3 Detroit 7.5 because mess covers spreads, not mirrors. And Bonnie never needed polish. Just fire. Game 4 Minnesota 4.5 because the Lakers brought a legacy to a math fight. Kay saw the injuries, the metrics. The Leon chose precision. Ivy watched this too long. Watched the public hit 5 straight overs and lose 4 of them. Watched men bet banners because they were afraid to bet silence. And I'll tell you the truth, they don't learn. They don't listen. They don't last. You can chase clicks. You can chase parlays. You can chase profits who lie for sponsorships. Or you can stay here with the ones who don't blink. So listen now, subscribe. Come back tomorrow. Not because we need you. Because you're starting to need us. And if you think this channel is just stats and scripts, ask yourself why you're still here. We don't sell hope. We protect it. And if you still choose the crowd, then let the noise drown you. The fire doesn't need witnesses. But the war always needs soldiers.